Is Frank Roche right now and James Lebenthal. They both got skin in the game in their own ways.
But a real quick comment here, Cheryl. I've been in the trading business for over 15 years, and here's what I can tell you that no one else wants to say. There is more than $30, $40 of speculation in this market. Well, I know we have supply and demand constraints. I know China, I know India, I know Russia, I know that whole story. But this is about participants in the hedge funds, investment banks, brokerages, thousands and thousands of individuals every day taught the basics of supply and demand who are driving these things higher simply to make more money for themselves.
James, what do you think?
He's right.
Frank, I'm going to quote Warren Buffett from this weekend. He was talking about basically the financials, but it would apply to a lot of the lenders and even the home.
Frank's in Raleigh, North Carolina. Let me start with you, Frank. I know that there's a correlation between consumer confidence in jobs, but real estate and jobs, is the Bay Area unique, or is that when the job market turns, are we going to see the housing market turn?
Hi, Tom. Yes, there is a correlation.
Frank, let's start with you.
Yes.
What should the Fed do versus what they will do?
Frank Roche, I mean, you're in the investment business. What I was about to ask you was...
Frank, what do you say? Can the markets work out the foreclosure problems?
The markets can work out the foreclosure problems without question.
This week's market preview is Frank Roche, independent trader. All right, Frank, I see the big number that's coming up this week comes out on Thursday. That's my opinion. And that's the first look at the economy's performance in the second quarter. Thursday's the day, I believe.
Well, I agree with you, Stuart. It's 1-2, Thursday, Friday, GDP, and then non-farm payrolls.
Frank Roche, independent trader, joins me now. And so you were on Monday, and you predicted how the week was going to go.
That's right.
How's your prediction holding up?
Well, so far my predictions haven't occurred because it's mostly focused on tomorrow with the ECB and non-farm payrolls. But we did
the producer price index tomorrow. What do you see there?
PPI is the main number of the week. We're looking for a rather calm core, which is always the debate. We're looking for 0.2% in the core PPI.
Yeah, they're strip out food and energy and leave us with the so-called core and think that, oh, that's the inflation rate.
I know. Listen, economists need this to smooth data to help make future predictions. It's kind of silly to the layman. Nonetheless, that's the way the market looks at things. Headline, we're looking for 1%.
Frank, you know, they keep saying inflation is going to drop, but it looks like we're getting some more inflationary pressures.
With respect to the import price, it's as it should be. As the dollar weakens, that's what you get. That's a trade-off. You get increased inflation, which is supposed to cause a substitution from imported products to domestically made products, and that's how you correct your trade deficit.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, Frank, is that you've got people. I mean, this has become such a big news headline, but it's the Wall Street perspective that I think is hurting us right now. It's all the extra investments that were lagged on top of these mortgages. That's the fallout we can't seem to get ourselves out of.
You're right,
or maybe
Cheryl.
the banks are doing it. I don't know.
No, you're right, and this is
About you, Frank, are you seeing this a continuation? We've broken above that old 12,750 mark. Are we going to go higher?
Hi, Tom. I'm not going to go for that one yet. I think we still have a few things to deal with in the economy.
Although, Frank, is dividends. You were seeing a lot of these financials either cutting their dividends completely or saying they might cut them.
Well, that's one of the first things to go. It's easy to do and a quick way to save money. Of course, they're reluctant to do that because they don't want to suffer in the markets. But what's funny about what your other guest just commented on, those are all negatives for the overall economy.
Right.
He's excited about it for the stock market.
He said, what do you
But he's all smiling and stuff, but those are not good things for the rest of us.
What was the word you used?